Hello, crafty friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video, so please bear with me. I definitely feel I'm going to have a learning curve, but bear with me, and if you have any constructive information for me, please leave it in the comments. So today I am working on this Currently spread from the Ali Edwards Currently Story Kit. You can see here I am just pulling several of the embellishments out to play with them and see how I like the way that they look on the picture and the adjoining paper. So I had printed this picture of myself on a walk a couple months ago and ended up not using for the original project that I had intended. So I just put it aside in a pile and figured I'd get to it at another time. It was a decent picture and I didn't feel that I needed to throw it away, but at the time I didn't have anything specific to use it for. When I got this Currently Story Kit, I noticed that this 6x8 paper had the exact same colors as the picture. So the blue and kind of gray from my coat and the green from the leaves. So I paired the two together thinking that they would go great together. So I really love these floral embellishments. And you can see I was playing around with the green and the blue and the cream. They all went really well, but I was just trying to decide which one I liked the best. And I love how the cream one really fills in the space where the big bush is behind me. I also really liked putting the chipboard piece in the center of the flower, but I also really loved the gold stitching, and so ended up pulling some gold and cream star washi from my stash, putting it on the other side of the spread to pull the gold in, which I really like. You can see here I'm playing around with some of the stamps, trying to figure out if I want to use any as kind of a subtitle under the larger Currently word. I end up picking the smaller stamp that says, I believe it says something like living and enjoying the little bits, something to that effect. And so I just stamped it as a small subtitle, basically just to add some more visual interest to the spread as opposed to just writing my journaling under the or next to the numbers. So I ended up using the asterisks from this kit as well in the embellishment chipboard set. They match the green number 1, 2, and 3 perfectly. I did alternate them. I didn't want the dark next to the dark, so I have mixed the dark, medium, and light green and mixed the matched. Put them on top of the washi tape, and it just adds a little bit of interest and dimension to that side of the spread. I've added a few pieces of chipboard down to the bottom of the picture just to bring in more of the blue and the green and to tie everything together. I will then attach the flower embellishment with some red line tape. I wasn't sure if my dot adhesive would be strong enough to secure the flower, so I have this red line tape and it'll work perfectly. Now the right side of my page is going in a page protector, and that was because I'd already pre-printed the photo and it was an exact 6x8. The papers in the Ali kit are sized outside of the page protector, so approximately 8.25 by 7. For this particular spread, I knew where it was going to go in my All About Me album, and so I'm adhering it to the back side of the previous spread so I can punch the holes in the same spot. When I did that, and I was glad that I did that ahead of time because I found that this piece of paper with the Currently journal prompts was a little bit bigger than the page before that, so I needed to trim off the edge, and I'm glad I didn't write anything in that area that I ended up trimming off. So I punched my holes, and now I'm just going to add in my journaling. I am just going to talk about a few of the things that I'm enjoying right now. This picture was actually taken a few months ago, and I live in the Pacific Northwest, which although can get cold in the wintertime, it actually can be great walking weather as well. On a crisp, cool day, I like to get outside, enjoy the fresh air, and walk around my town. So I journaled about that. Here I'm just finishing up, and you notice I used a small piece of scratch paper. I put that over the stamped area because I wasn't sure if it was totally dry, and I didn't want my hand smudging what I had just stamped. So that's the only reason I used that scratch piece of paper there. So now I am just finishing this up. It's pretty much done. I'm just getting my date stamp out to put the date on, and I put the date that the picture was taken, not the date that I journaled. It was close enough. And I always test out my date stamps ahead of time because I am notorious for stamping them upside down, and so that is just one tip that I would give, is always practice that stamping. So that's it. Thank you for viewing my first video on YouTube. I hope you like the spread. If you have any comments about the video, please leave them in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you again. Have a good day.